Being rude and acting like a robot doesn't make you an alpha. You want to act tough, puff your chest out, and talk like a monster? That's not being alpha, bro. That's just insecure little boy energy. Real alphas don't need to walk around with a stick up their ass pretending to be some stone cold killer. That's fake. Real strength comes from within, from confidence and humility, not from putting on a facade. I don't need to put on some act, bro. I can crack a joke, tell my girl I love her, and still know I'm the fucking man. You think I'm out here screaming fuck this, fuck that to prove it? Nah, that's for the losers, the pretenders, the ones who've never been through real shit. A real alpha. We don't need to flex. We don't need to brag. When I meet another man on my level, there's no ego war, no fake hard man shit. Just mutual respect. These fake tough guys all bark, no bite. Most of them have never seen real danger. They talk about fighting like they've been in wars, but they piss themselves in a real fight. I grew up around real fighters, real dangerous men. We didn't sit around talking about who we were going to fuck up. We trained, we hustled, we respected each other. So when I see some clown talking big, I laugh. You're not doing shit, bro. You're just embarrassing yourself in front of people who actually know what's up. This life ain't for the weak. I make it hard on purpose because if you can't handle the pressure, you don't fucking belong. In the war room, there's no room for slackers. You want to stay in? You better show results. Hit your targets, smash milestones, or you're out. No excuses, no bullshit. You think you can just join and coast. Get the fuck out of here. There are metrics, and if you're not meeting them, you're gone. Half the guys who join can't keep up. We've kicked out over 600 dudes because they didn't have what it takes. This isn't for everyone. It's for winners. If you're not one when you join, you better become one fast or you'll get left behind. This is the grind, man. You got to hustle, level up, and prove you're worth being here. There's no hiding, no sitting on your ass. You're either climbing the ladder or getting kicked off it. In the war room, we're all about results. I've seen guys become millionaires in ways you wouldn't believe. Crypto, OnlyFans, management, DeFi, real estate, even casinos. One dude killed it in real estate in South Africa. Another built a casino empire. It's not about the exact hustle. It's about mindset connections and relentless execution. Your network is your net worth. Simple as that. So when some broke amateur walks into a room full of decamillionaires and multimillionaires and asks, how do I get rich? It's embarrassing. That's a weak loser mindset. You don't walk into a room full of killers and beg for instructions. You shut the fuck up, watch, listen, and grind. That's how you grow. Nobody's handing you the blueprint, bro. You've got to prove you even deserve to be in the room. And for all the little bitches trying to diss me online, let me explain something. I don't even live in your world. I grew up in a physical world. I don't play these keyboard warrior games. You want to make some YouTube video talking shit? Go ahead, champ, knock yourself out. But if you want my respect, you better step up in the cage in the street or anywhere real men handle their problems. I've earned my respect the hard way. Fighting, winning, bleeding, and becoming a fucking champion. Even the guys I fought in the ring. I respect them. I fought this Armenian guy once, broke my hand on his skull, busted his eye shut. But after the fight, I shook his hand and told him you're a fucking hero. That's how real men operate. If you can't back your words with your fists, then your opinions mean nothing to me. In the real world, I could erase all your talk in seconds if it came down to it. But it won't because internet tough guys never show up. They'll keep typing and I'll keep winning. If they hate me, cool. Doesn't change a thing. You want to know what I think? Men are only happy when they're achieving something. That's why men conquer, fight wars, climb mountains, and do the impossible. Men are wired to achieve, to win, to push limits. That's where happiness comes from. Tell me, I'm happy because I know exactly who I am. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror, and I'm good with the man staring back. Whether I've got millions in the bank or nothing at all, I know I'll always win because I'm built for it. If I lost everything tomorrow, I'd get it all back. No question. I don't do sadness. Sad doesn't exist in my world. I'm either happy or I'm angry. And when I'm angry, I make more money. Anger is a masculine emotion. It's productive. It fuels the grind. But bro, most of the time, I'm laughing my ass off. Me, Tris, my cousin, we're out here living like kings. Laughing, partying, doing whatever the fuck we want. That's life. That's freedom. We're not sitting around crying or feeling sorry for ourselves. And honestly, I don't understand men who do. Sadness, depression. That's feminine energy. As a man, you've got two options. Be happy or be angry. And if you're angry enough about your situation, that's all the fuel you need to fix it. You don't have time to be sad, bro. Get up, get angry, and get shit done. That's the game. You think the men fighting in the trenches in World War I, or I sat around feeling sorry for themselves. Hell no. They didn't have time for that weak shit. You're either dodging bullets, surviving, or cracking jokes with your brothers to get through it. That's life. It's about handling your shit, not wallowing in it. And me, I'm untouchable. You couldn't make me sad if you tried. My mindset is bulletproof. I'm happy because I know exactly who the fuck I am. Now, don't get it twisted. This isn't some participation trophy mindset. To live like this, you got to be an animal. I live with a guy who's out here fucking 4 girls a day. The dude's a machine. I ask him, why are you doing this, bro? Meanwhile, I've got my 2 girlfriends, I'm running my businesses, and I'm still handling life. Tonight, I've got a date lined up, gonna smash her, and then hit up another one who thinks I'm working late at 4 a.m. Some guys are just built different, and he's one of them. Bro, this whole digital world, it's fresh. Back in my day, it was raw. No Instagram, no blue check bullshit. If you wanted to meet a girl, you had to approach her in person. And my opener's stupidly simple. Excuse me. That's it. First rule of the game. You got to get her attention. Most guys mess up by rolling in like clowns, yapping away before she's even noticed them. If the first thing she says is what? You've already fucked it up. Me. I kept it calm. I'm 6', a big guy. Some girls get intimidated, so I didn't need to overdo it. I'd step up and say, excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but you're absolutely stunning. Your friend's cute too, but you're breathtaking. Can I buy you a drink? Straightforward. No cheesy lines, no overthinking. Just cool, confident, and to the point. That was all it took. Once you've got her attention, it's game on. But now, it's a different ballgame. I've got millions of followers, Lambos, diamond watches, and a blue check. Life's on easy mode. I tag myself in Moscow or Dubai and boom, my inbox explodes. That's the level I'm at. But back then I had to grind like every other guy. Walk up, say hello, no fame, no status. Just raw charisma. And honestly, in some parts of the world, that old school approach still works. But in others, if you're not dominating online, good luck, bro. The game's changed and most guys haven't caught up. Bro, my background, it's serious. 4-time kickboxing world champion, retired at the top. But did I sit around after that? Hell no. I built a goddamn empire. Moved into the webcam business and made millions. I had 75 women working for me at one point. 75. Imagine that. All of them making me rich while I called the shots. That's power. And yeah, when I was fighting, I smashed more girls than most men can dream of. But after I retired, my game leveled up. My qualifications with women weren't just about looks or charm. It was the fact that I made millions off them. That's real leverage. Want to know how to deal with women? Try running a business where you've got a house full of them. You learn real quick how to get them to listen to do what you want when you want. It's not just about being the man, it's about being the boss. I ran the webcam game for years, made millions, stacked my cash, and moved the fuck on. Now I'm here in this so-called red pill space. But let me tell you something. This space is packed with frauds, especially those Twitter clowns. These anonymous dipshits talking trash like, oh, I ran day game and pulled a 10 at the mall. Bro, shut the fuck up. You didn't pull a 10 at a goddamn mall in bumfuck Minnesota. Stop lying to yourself and everyone else. Most of these jokers don't have receipts, no proof. Just running their mouths trying to sound alpha. That's where I stand out. I don't just talk, I show. Check my receipts. Go on my Twitter and what do you see? Pictures of me surrounded by women. Hundreds of them. They're in my house, in my bed. It's all there, no cap. You can't argue with the proof. It's right there in your face. That's what separates me from these losers. They talk a big game, but they don't back it up. I didn't waste my time on pickup artist bullshit either. Nah, I was about stacking money. Sex. That was a tool. I used it to control women, make them fall for me, and do what I wanted. They moved into my house, worked for me, and made me rich. I wasn't chasing sex for the sake of it. I was playing chess while they were stuck on checkers. Call it pimping, call it manipulation. I don't give a fuck. It worked. If they weren't into me, it made the whole game harder, so yeah, I played it smart. Now I'm barely in the red pill space. Why? Because it's full of clowns. There's a split. On one side, you got Anthony Johnson, 21 Studios, and on the other, Rollo and his crew. And yeah, I respect names on both sides. I'm not here to pick sides like a bitch, but let's be fucking real. If you're a dating coach and you don't have women in your life, you're a fraud. It's like saying you're a fighter and never stepping in the ring. Pure bullshit. And don't even get me started on how these guys carry themselves. Some of them look like they just crawled out of a dumpster. Bro, you can't roll into Monte Carlo or Dubai looking like a damn clown and expect to pull a dime. That shit might work in the States where drunk idiots will fuck anything but try that in Eastern Europe, Brazil, or anywhere classy. You'll get laughed out of the room. Those women expect more. They expect a man with money, style, charm, and brains. Try showing up in Kyiv looking like a fool thinking you're going to pull a Russian 10. Nah, bro, you'll end up in a body bag before you get her number. That's the difference between me and these wannabes. I've played the game at the highest level worldwide and I win. This whole peacocking bullshit. That's pure American nonsense. And don't get me wrong, I love my country, but let's face it, some of the biggest fucking idiots on the planet are in America. Walk around San Francisco dressed like a clown and yeah, maybe you'll pull something. But outside the States, you're a fucking joke. It's childish, it's amateur, and it doesn't work in the real world. You want to know how fast dumbasses can ruin a city. I've seen it happen. Vegas, trash. But let me tell you about this hidden gem. A little town in Slovakia called Košice. Nobody's heard of it right. 10, 11 years ago, it was paradise. No airport far from the big cities. 5, 6 hours from Budapest or Warsaw. It was untouched, pure, and crawling with high-quality women. The kind of place where every hot girl from a 200-kilometer radius came to party. Tiny town, 2 clubs, and as soon as you walked in, it was game on. I was running through them like a fucking champion. It was too easy, like shooting fish in a barrel. And then the disaster happened. They opened an airport, brought in some international school, and boom, game over. Within 2 years, every dime piece was gone. Vanished. They're all in Dubai now sipping champagne with some millionaire. And what's left? A bunch of clueless Iranian and American students stumbling around with zero game, ruining everything. The local girls. They won't even look at you now because some dumbass has already been filling their heads with cringe pickup lines for months. The place turned to shit in a single summer. I couldn't believe how fast it went downhill. That's the problem. These amateurs come and hear about Ukrainian or Eastern European girls and they swarm the place like locusts. But they've got no game, no strategy. They fuck it up for everyone. Ukraine. Sure, it's got some of the most beautiful women on the planet. But pulling them off the street. Good fucking luck. These girls have standards. They're religious conservative and expect proper dates, real effort. You're not just rolling up and walking away with a 10. It's a grind. Americans are always asking me if I move to Romania, can I pull girls? And I tell them straight, bro, if you can't get laid in the States, what makes you think you've got a chance here? Romania's conservative as hell. Orthodox Christian to the core. These girls are terrified of being judged, scared of their dad, finding out, scared of their entire village talking shit about them. You're not pulling a Romanian chick on the first night, I promise you that. And Bucharest. Don't get me started. I didn't move here for the girls, all right? I came for other reasons. Political connections, business, fighting all the shit that matters. People think I'm here for the women. Nah, bro. If I wanted to clean up, I wouldn't even bother with Romania. It's not the best spot in Eastern Europe for that. You got to know the game, play it right, and stop acting like a fucking amateur. Otherwise, you're just another clown ruining it for the rest of us. Bro, the girls here, most of them are practically owned by men. It's like a mafia setup. You walk into the club, see 20 girls, but guess what? They're all with one guy and you're not getting anywhere near them. You think you're going to charm your way in. Nah, bro, forget about it. This isn't the place for chasing skirts, and I'm not here for that shit anyway. I'm here for bigger things. If you're looking for a paradise full of women ready to go, Romania, is it not? And here's the thing about men. Every single one of them thinks they can fight fucking drive. Put a guy in a Ferrari, suddenly he's Schumacher. Let him throw one punch and he thinks he's Tyson. Same with women. Every dude thinks he's a player. But the reality, most of them don't know a damn thing. They lie to themselves because they're insecure little boys trying to prove something. But talk is cheap and results are king. That's where the line gets drawn. I don't give a fuck about online beefs or petty arguments, but facts don't lie. Results don't lie. If you've got proof, if you've crushed it, no one can take that away from you. Real men acknowledge that. Even if my biggest enemy was killing it, I'd say I fucking hate the guy, but he's achieved X. But these days, people are too weak, too jealous to give credit where it's due. They'd rather tear you down because they can't stand your success. Take these clowns talking shit about me, for example. Some loser like Nick Crower or whoever the fuck he is. Bro, I don't even know your name and you're out here obsessing over mine. Writing blogs, talking shit about my fight career like it's fake. My fights, my titles, my success. It's all there, documented, undeniable. But this guy, sitting in his little room, probably jerking off to my highlight reels while typing out his jealousy. It's pathetic. And let's talk about these idiots saying, I don't know women. Really? I made millions off women. I built empires off understanding women, controlling the dynamics and running the game. These guys can't even pull a 6, and they're out here trying to lecture me. Laughable. Here's the thing. Most of these guys wouldn't say a damn word to my face. If I met them in person, they'd shrink like little bitches scared to look me in the eye. That's the difference between me and them. I move with power, confidence, and respect. As a man, respect is everything. Love, that's secondary. Male depression, that's just a lack of respect. Self-respect and respect from others. Fix that and your life changes overnight. Now, bro, I don't care about your excuses. Oh, he's depressed because of X or he's depressed because of Y. Who gives a fuck? The solution is always the same. Stand up, man, the fuck up and do what needs to be done. The world doesn't care about your sob story, and it's a cutthroat, hyper-competitive jungle out here, especially for men. You think anyone's handing out sympathy? Fuck no. It's predator or prey, and the weak get left behind. I was driving earlier looking out the window at these average motherfuckers just stumbling through life. One guy's eating a croissant like that's his big fucking accomplishment for the day. Another dude's dressed like a clown thinking he's fashionable in London. What a joke. Then you've got some loser with headphones and oblivious as fuck walking like the world isn't a battlefield. Bro, someone could knock you out and you wouldn't even hear it coming. These NPCs are walking around clueless like every pound they want every girl they fantasize about isn't already being taken by someone like me. Put 30 of these clueless dudes in a room with me and I'd fucking annihilate every single one of them. Why? Because they don't even know they're playing the game. While they're crying about how unfair life is, I'm out here winning. That's the difference. If the world is this competitive, you don't have time to be depressed. Depression is a weak, non-competitive mindset, and it's going to keep you losing. Meanwhile, I'm out here taking the money you want, the girls you dream about, the cars you can't afford, and the house you'll never step foot in. You can sit there crying about depression all you want. I'm still winning. And society, the media, they're part of the problem telling you it's okay to be a loser. Feeding you little dopamine hits like, oh, it's okay to be sad, take your time. Fuck that. Nobody gives a fuck long term. Not women, not business, not the world. If you keep losing, you're done. And let's be real. Women don't care about your sad little story. Ask any woman what kind of man she wants. You think she's going to say, I want a depressed, weak guy? Hell no. She wants a man who's strong, capable, and winning. Women aren't interested in excuses. They want results. You don't get to cry your way to success. You don't get to make excuses and expect the world to hand you a trophy. Life is a game, and if you're too busy crying about depression to play, people like me will take everything you ever wanted, and then some. That's the reality. I've had women tell me straight up, I love being around you. I'm like, what do you mean? And they say, I don't have to think. I just show up, everything's handled. The hotel staff jumps when you snap your fingers, the jet's fueled, and waiting we land in paradise, and I don't even care where the fuck I am, because it's perfect. You know why they love it? Because that's what women want. Fun, excitement, power, and spontaneity. They don't have time for weak, sad crybaby men. They don't give a shit about your feelings or your excuses. Bro, the world doesn't give a single fuck about sad men. Never has never will. If you sit there diagnosing yourself as some hopeless, sad loser, guess what? That's exactly what you'll be. Forever. And no one will care. Not society, not women, not even your own fucking friends. You'll just be stuck in that pathetic cycle of losing again and again. And let's be real, that's a choice. For me, being that guy is the scariest fucking thing imaginable. The thought of being a sad, weak man. It terrifies me. That fear is what drives me to keep winning no matter what. I don't give a fuck how bad life gets or how much bullshit comes my way. I refuse to stay down. It's not in my DNA to lose. So when I hear people say, oh, you can't control depression, you can't change your life, I call bullshit. I refuse to believe in a world where hard work, discipline, and effort don't get rewarded. I believe in a universe that rewards those who fight for what they want. I believe God wants us to win. If you put in the work, you will get better. That's why I say depression isn't real. Not because people don't feel down or sad. That's part of being human. But because I reject the idea that some external force can take my power away. If I had believed in depression, I would have been broken in jail. But I wasn't. Why? Because I refuse to give it power. It's like ghosts. Imagine two guys in a haunted house. One believes in ghosts, the other doesn't. A door creaks at night. Who's freaking out? The guy who believes in ghosts. The other guy. He rolls over and goes back to sleep. The belief is what gives it power. Same with depression. If you believe in it, it'll own you. If you don't, you keep moving forward. You win. I don't buy into this depression as a conditioned narrative. Feelings of sadness, sure, they happen. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows. But to label yourself a depressed person with some permanent condition, nah, fuck that. It's not even possible for me because I don't believe in it. And if I don't believe in it, how the fuck can it happen to me? Bro, life is about installing the right software in your brain. If you had a choice, why would you download the program that makes you weak, vulnerable, and pathetic? Why wouldn't you choose the mindset that makes you unstoppable, competent, and dangerous? That's what I've done. My mental software lets me dominate in a Bugatti, fly private jets, and sit in a cockroach-infested Romanian jail cell without breaking. That's the mindset I run. That's why I win. Weakness is a choice. Believing in depression is a choice. And if you're making those choices, you deserve the losses that come with them. Simple. I don't buy into any of this bullshit about being powerless. Why the fuck would I ever believe in something that makes me incapable? I don't. Because the second you start thinking, maybe I'm depressed, you're already handing over your power. That's when the downward spiral begins. You go to some shrink, they slap a label on you, call you clinically depressed, and shove pills down your throat. Now you've accepted their label, and that's it. You've lost. Not me. If I wake up feeling like shit, I don't sit there crying about it saying, oh no, I'm depressed. I say, all right, today sucks. Tomorrow will be better. I don't believe it's some fucking disease that randomly infects you, and now you're stuck with it forever. Nah, I believe in fighting back. I believe you've got total control over your mind. And if you change your situation, your entire mental state shifts. Period. Depression is the ultimate tool to control people. Think about it. If everyone's depressed, no one's going to rise up. You lock them in their houses and they don't care because they're too sad to fight back. A depressed population is easy to manipulate. If you're trying to take over, do you want an army that's strong, motivated, and ready to fight? Or one that's sad, demoralized, and doesn't give a shit? I'll take the sad army any day. They're already beaten. And you can't even talk about this. If you dare suggest someone can fight back, they attack you. Why? Because they want you weak. A population full of energetic, principled people is a fucking nightmare for those in power. But a society drowning in sadness, that's easy to control. Look, I'm not stupid. I know PTSD is real. I know mental health issues exist. But when some 18-year-old kid living in a first world country with a roof over his head and no real trauma wakes up and says, I'm depressed, I call bullshit. You're not depressed. You're soft. You've let yourself go and now you feel like shit. And you know what fixes that? Becoming fucking excellent. The only reason you're walking around saying I'm depressed is because you fucking believe in it. That's the problem. You're stuck arguing cause and effect like a damn child. Oh, if I live like this, I'll feel like this. No shit, genius. If your life's a mess, of course you're going to feel like crap. But here's the truth. Feeling down isn't some mystical curse or disease. It's your brain throwing up a red flag like a warning light on your car's dashboard. It's your mind saying, hey, dumbass, fix your life. Look, I believe in God. But I also know we're wired to survive and thrive. When you're sad or down, it's not a fucking permanent condition. It's your brain screaming, change something. You don't need pills. You need a plan. You need action. If I told you to conquer the world, you need something driving you right. You need that discomfort, that fire in your gut pushing you forward. Because if you're sitting there out of shape and happy about it, guess what? You'll stay fat. But if you're pissed off every time you see yourself in the mirror, that's when you start making moves. When guys message me saying I'm depressed because I'm fat and don't have a girlfriend, I tell them straight up, nah, bro, you're fat and lonely, and that's why you're depressed. Fix those two things and watch that so-called disease vanish. It's not rocket science. It's accountability. Here's another thing. I don't hang with dudes who can't get women. You know why? Because a guy who's struggling with women is a liability. I don't care how loyal he says he is. The moment a chick bats her eyes at him, he's selling you out. Maybe it's your ex. Maybe it's some random chick shit talking you. Either way, if he's desperate, he's going to fold for the pussy. I can't have that. Same goes for money. You don't have to be a billionaire, but if you're dead, broke, starving, and desperate, you're a fucking risk. Broke guys will do anything for cash. Steal, scam, sell out their friends. I don't leave food around a starving man, and I don't keep broke guys in my circle. It's that simple. If you're struggling financially, sooner or later, you'll compromise. That's not the kind of energy I want around me. Now, bro, when it comes to loyalty, that's non-negotiable. If the cops had me and my boys in separate rooms trying to get us to flip, I'd laugh in their faces. Nice try, bro. My crew doesn't snitch. That's the level of trust I demand. Loyalty is everything. Without it, you're done. But loyalty means nothing without bravery. I don't give a shit if you've never trained a day in your life. Can't fight. Fine, won't fight. Get the fuck out of here. If I step away and come back to find someone laid hands on one of my boys, I'm throwing punches first, asking questions later. I don't care if my boy started or not. I'm laying out anyone in that crew who's a threat. Once the dust settles, then I'll ask, all right, bro, what the fuck did you do? That's how it works. If you're rolling with guys who won't fight for you, you're with the wrong crew. And don't come to me saying, but he's funny. Funny. This isn't a fucking comedy club. It's life or death. If you're surrounded by weak, untrustworthy, cowardly men, your whole crew's a liability. I can smell a coward a mile away. I can see when a guy doesn't have the balls to step up if shit goes south. And you know what? Those people have no place around me. Same with sloppy people. I can't stand disorganization. I've got a rule. If I lose my phone or keys and can't find them in 10 minutes, I punish myself. Maybe I skip a meal, cancel plans, whatever it takes to remind myself to stay sharp. Because sloppy habits invite chaos. And chaos, that's weakness. Weakness destroys everything. So if you're walking around losing your shit, forgetting things, making excuses, you're just advertising to the world that you're a mess. And messes don't win. Bro, basic awareness isn't just some extra skill. It's life or death. I never sit with my back to the room. Ever. I don't care if it's a restaurant, a bar, or a park. If I'm forced to, my crew knows the drill. They're locked in covering my blind spots without me even asking. That's the kind of professionalism I demand. No sloppy shit, no whining about being tired, no fucking excuses. And negativity. Don't even bring that weak-ass energy near me. My world operates on a standard most people can't even dream of hitting. And here's the truth. Most of you are surrounded by idiots. Morons who drag you down with their laziness and incompetence. That's why my circle is small as hell. If you're lazy, sloppy, or soft, I don't want you near me. You'll fuck up what I'm building, and I've worked too hard to let that happen. When you roll with killers, men who are sharp, disciplined, and on their game, there's this energy that changes the whole room. It's not some mystical crap, it's real. Walk in with 6 men who are dialed in, locked on their purpose, handling their business, and the vibe shifts instantly. People feel it. They don't have to see you. They just know. It's like animals in the wild. Prey senses the predator before they even show up. That's how real men move. But here's the thing. I don't roll with just anybody. My standards are sky high because one weak link can sink the whole operation. You think the biggest threat is an enemy with a gun. Wrong. It's some thirsty, undisciplined guy in your crew who can't keep his dick in his pants. These women, they're smarter than you think, bro. A bad chick slides into his DMs, flashes some skin, and suddenly she's got the location, the plans, and every detail about your crew. Game over. I've seen it happen too many times. That's why every man in my circle has to have discipline. You got to be able to say, nah, fuck that, and walk away. I don't care if she's a 10 out of 10. If she's a risk, she's out. I remember this time in Sofia, Bulgaria, when I was talking to this absolute stunner for a few weeks. She says, let's meet at my favorite spot. Nah, red flag. I told her we meet where I say or not at all. Was I being paranoid? Maybe. Was I wrong? Doesn't fucking matter. I'm not risking my safety or my crew's over some chick. But if you've got a guy in your crew begging, bro, she's so hot, let's just go. You've got a problem. That dude's a liability, plain and simple. Get rid of him before he takes you all down. This life isn't for the weak, and it sure as hell isn't for the unprofessional. Discipline, awareness, and loyalty are non-negotiable. And you know where I learned that? From my father. The man gave up everything, including his marriage, to stick to his principles. He was obsessed with raising us to be men of discipline and purpose, even if it cost him everything. Life is about staying calm, being in control. Most people are emotional wrecks, easy to manipulate. That's why stoicism is the ultimate power move. You hand me $1 million. I'm not jumping up and down like some broke idiot. I'm thinking, am I walking out of here alive? That's the mindset you need at the top levels. Excitement is for amateurs. Professionals stay cool. Take my life, for example. People love to talk shit, call me a misogynist, calling me evil. But I'm not out here acting reckless. Every move I make is calculated. I lay down the rules, keep everyone in check, and make sure no one can touch me. You think I don't know the risk? I've got CCTV contracts, everything. Why? Because the moment you let your guard down, someone's got you. Here's the truth. The quickest way to destroy a man is through a woman. That's why you keep them at arm's length. Not because they're bad, but because the world will use them against you. Soviet spies knew it, the mafia knew it, and anyone playing this game knows it. That's why I keep my circle tight. The women I roll with know the deal. They respect me and don't cross the line. That's how you stay in control. The last fucking thing you should ever do is go around flapping your mouth saying, hi, I'm this, I'm that. Shut the fuck up. Nobody needs to know your business unless they absolutely need to. You walk around giving people a play-by-play of your life and you're setting yourself up to get burned. I've drilled this into my girls too. I told them straight if shit ever goes down. If I'm attacked, if there's trouble, you scream and run. Don't pull some dumbass, don't hurt him nonsense. Just fucking leave. If a guy's coming for me, he's coming for me. He's not giving a fuck about you. The best way I protect the women in my life is by keeping them out of the stupid shit entirely. It's not about controlling them. It's about keeping them safe. Say hi, be polite, but keep your fucking mouth shut about who you know, where you're from, or what you're doing. People might call it rude, but those who get me, they know it's about staying sharp, staying alive, and staying ahead. Now let's switch gears and talk about Mayweather. Ali, a fucking legend, no question. But Mayweather, the guy never lost. You can't argue with that. What I respect about him is how clinical he was. He took ego out of the game. He said, I don't need to knock everyone out. I just need to win. Hit without getting hit. Simple. That's smart as fuck. People called his fights boring. He didn't give a shit. He walked out with $100 million every time. Boring. Who cares? He won. Payday. Next. That's why I respect him. He used his mind, not just his fists. Now, here's where people fuck up. These days, most of the guys at the top didn't grind their way there. Look at Logan Paul. Dude's everywhere, but how did he really get there? You got to question it. But you know who I truly respect? The common man. The guy grinding away every single day, not for fame or clout, but just to survive. I've told Tristan this a million times. We'll be in an S-Class on the way to a private jet, and we'll see some street sweeper out at 3 a.m. busting his ass for peanuts. And we'll look at each other and say, that's a real man right there. Those guys, they live tough lives with no recognition, no millions, and no clout. Just straight grit. And even the small things, they do matter. Like, have you ever been to a buffet? No one stops to compliment the chef. People just pile their plates like it's owed to them. But not me. When I'm at a buffet, I find the chef and I tell him, bro, this is great. I did this in Cyprus once, and the guy looked at me like I handed him $1 million. He was grinning ear to ear because nobody ever says shit like that to him. That's the point. Most people are out here grinding, giving their life force away for nothing, just hoping for a little respect. So yeah, I gave that guy some respect for some fucking meatballs. And he lit up like I changed his life. That's the grind. That's what I respect. People out there doing what they have to do with no glory. And don't get it twisted. I've got a lot of money. But let me make one thing clear. There's no such thing as shameful work. If you're out there flipping burgers, cleaning streets, or grinding in an office, you have my respect. Real men do what they have to do and don't bitch about it. They handle their shit. And yeah, I talk about escaping the matrix all the time. But I'm not saying if you work a regular job, you're a loser. No. What I'm saying is if you want this life, the money, the power, the freedom, you have to break out of the system. And yeah, it's fucking hard. Nothing worth having comes easy. But don't twist it. I've got mad respect for any man who wakes up and faces the grind every day. Life for men. It's brutal. You've got no choice but to get tough and keep going. When the Matrix came after me, they slapped every label they could on me. Misogynist, toxic, all that bullshit. They went after my character hard. But you know what? Fuck them. I knew who I was, so I sat down and wrote out my 41 tenets. These are the core principles I live by. If you've got an issue with them, I'm open to feedback. But trust me, if you live by these, you'll dominate life. It doesn't matter where you come from, what religion you follow, or what you look like. Follow the tenets, and you'll earn respect, power, and a fulfilling life.